7 o'clock in the morning.
The early bird.
Oh my gosh. So guys, we slept very late.
Yeah.
And she's about to catch a flight.
Yeah.
So I thought, please don't go before we discuss these topics. Because wow. Wow. So guys, welcome to Career and Corporate Hub Magazine and Ifikotlani Sajwayo. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for subscribing. I started with watching, but yeah, thank you so much for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please do make sure that you subscribe. So I am sitting with Nshamulo. She's back.
I returned.
She's back. This time we're not asking, so what did you study?
Yeah, different topic, but
Different topics.
but also still in the financial environment or financial space.
Yes. If you did not watch her video, Nshamulo is a CA, so I interviewed her on her journey to becoming a CA. So please do make sure that you go watch it. It is very educational. So today is not like me asking questions, ne? We're just gonna have
Just
chatting, yeah. But before we get to the finances, I really want to start with this topic that she once said. We attended an event together.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say which event. It was an amazing event, but a lot of all speakers that were there, they spoke about their struggles to become successful. And after the event, you were like, there was just something about that event that I'm very concerned about. And it's also something that I often don't really like sharing about my background because people become very judgmental, especially Black people. And the reason for that was a lot of stories are about struggles, and it just makes us feel like in order for you to become successful, you must struggle. Yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about that. And my concern with that is we associate success with struggle or with poverty.
With poverty.
Or with suffering.
Yes.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Suffering.
We associate your success through suffering. And there's nothing wrong with how they have achieved their success, but at the same time, we cannot look at success and equate it to suffering or to a struggle where you're like, I had 5 rand in my bank account, I was sleeping on a couch. Can I not have a comfortable life and still be successful?
Yeah, or grow from that. And also look at...
exactly, like grow from a comfortable space and then achieve your success. And I think as people, we need to move away from always associating success with suffering or with some form of struggle. Yes, when you're trying to reach certain spaces, there will be times of discomfort, but we should not always allow ourselves to be in uncomfortable places.
Yeah, and I don't discredit the fact that there are people who come from a poor background who had to work very hard to get to the top. But what I'm saying is just let's not really only think that success is through struggles. And if you maybe come from a well-off family, you're not gonna succeed because you did not struggle. Or if you are at a comfortable position, as you mentioned, you're not gonna go to the top because you did not struggle. So you must first go through the struggles in order for you to be successful. That would be somebody quitting their job and try to really push a business that maybe they don't really have a good standing point or starting point, but they feel like in order for me to be successful, everyone says I quit a business, I quit my job, and then I had to struggle. Yo guys, can we please change the mindset? Because
And it's sad when you don't then succeed and you had sacrificed so much, you quit your job. Now, what then? Do you go back to try and look for a job, or you continue struggling?
Yeah. I think that's where depression comes in. Yo guys, depression is real. And I feel like now the high rate is on another level because people watch these YouTube videos where people are talking about, oh, I saw another one saying that I had like a business people like to say, I started with one, what is it, like rice, what is it?
One grain of rice.
What? I started with one grain of rice and now I've got a big restaurant. So now when you look at those stories, you feel like that's how your success should be defined. So can we please shift our mindsets?
Yeah, and like you're saying, we're not discrediting how they achieved their success, but there's more than one way to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah.
So we should not always look at it in one way.
Moving from that topic, now let's talk about finances. What do you have for us today?
So I just wanted to share as a community of Black people that we need to firstly understand where you are, and where you want to take your finances from a generational level.
Yeah.
Because what we do now will have an impact on our children and their children's children, right? So there's something that's so profound that I found out from this, and I feel like it should be shared. Everyone should at least get to know about it. There is 3 tiers of generational wealth, or of understanding where you are in life, especially when it comes to your money. You have your founders, you have your builders, and then you have your maintainers. Right? So most of our parents, and maybe also us ourselves, we are at the founders level. So I'll use a building as an example to explain what I'm saying. A founder is someone who will make sure the foundation is layered and it's strong. You know, all those materials they use to make a foundation.
Yeah,
concrete, your cement, and to make sure the house is secure, that it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
And sometimes, in most cases, that's only where our parents could take us. They started their foundation, and we need to take it from there and move it forward.
Yeah.
From that level, then you have your builders.
Yeah. So we are the builders.
We are the builders.
Looking at different. Okay. Are we looking at different generations or just like looking at this strategy?
Well, it can be in both ways.
Okay.
It can be in both ways. So then you have your builders who have now, they are establishing the company. There's 4 bedrooms, there's, whatever the case is, right? The structure is now there, it's solid. Then you have your maintainers. Your maintainers is the one who just comes in and makes sure the paint is still well looked after.
Yeah.
Do we have to change a light bulb? Then they change a light bulb. Do we need to make sure the geyser is still working? Yes, no. Or if they want, they can extend the room. Right? So with us Black people, once you have money, you spend your money as if you are a maintainer when you're still at the foundation level. You find people will recklessly spend their money on luxury things, whereas you are still a founder or you are still a builder.
A builder, yeah.
Right? There's nothing shameful of saving. But what will be shameful is if you don't save and there's nothing left for the future generations. If we go 4 or 5 generations down the line and they're still at a builder level, that is shameful.
That is shameful.
Because I didn't save.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So I think we need to understand our money better and also talk to one another.
Yeah. I mean, looking at where we are now, what you just explained, I would look at it as like the different generations. For an example, our parents, they were mostly working as nurses or teachers,
yeah.
and some were not even working.
Mm.
So that means that now some were not able to lay the foundation, and then when we come in, we create that foundation. So what would like really be a foundation, and not even going back to like parents not working or anything, what would like foundation look like?
Foundation would look like knowing what you want to do. So it goes back to, what do you define success to be for you? Do you define success as opening a company,
Yeah.
creating this wonderful company that has this solution and it's profit making, or success for you is having a good corporate job and you're in senior management or wherever you are and making a change and adding value in your business, in your job, right? But in all of that, the most important thing for a foundation to be solid, save. And
So-
saving your money, it can be either saving it in form of shares, in investments, or in fixed deposits. There's many different ways to save your money.
I would look at it more on like investments. That, for an example, me building a foundation would be, I'll make an example of properties because that's what's like popular these days, property investments. I would buy properties so that when my kids are of a certain age, basically, they have that foundation. Like when they start off with a property and then they grow from that, or they maintain that.
Yes.
That's me looking at it from like somebody that's working in corporate.
And from there, how it can go from a foundation to a builder level is from that property, your son can buy another one from the
like
proceeds
maintaining
of the first property that he has, and he can grow it like that, and maybe even have 10.
Oh Lord, it's
Thing
done.
and mother.
Someone
Same
is
thing.
we literally started early.
Here's
so
the
that
builder. One thing.
so that he's still sleeping. And I'll go to daddy. Mommy is shooting. Go to daddy. Bye bye.
For you, a foundation would be having bought investment property, right? With what you earn, with your extra disposable income. So disposable income is money that you have after you have satisfied all your needs. So all the expenses that you have in the house, your bonds, so forth, all those living expenses. And then you use your disposable income to create that foundation.
And so now with business, I think that is easier, because if you build a business, your future generation or the kids, when you incorporate, it's so hard to save for this. Like, a lot of people, when they start in corporate, they buy big cars. Like, how would you advise managing finances like when you are in corporate? That means like you've got one source of income which you get once a month. Like, how would you advise that
You
people
just need
should?
to be disciplined about it. If it need be to save, I would say rather even make it a debit order, like where you're not even able to touch that money. Once you get your salary, you already know that, okay, a certain percentage of my salary immediately goes into my foundation, or I'll use my foundation or my savings. So it's a non-negotiable. That's how we need to associate money. We need need to have you need to have a relationship with your money. You should not just think, oh, I don't know, I'll use 50,000 as an example. I'm gonna spend 10,000 on clothes. You know, go shopping. In closing, what I would say is we need to understand our money better, and we need to understand where we want to go with our money.
Yeah, set goals.
Set goals for yourself. If it needs be, research about it. Call a friend. Call your banker. We all have this thing of I'm a private client or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I have a black card. Use that person. Call them. And you also need to make your money work for you.
Yeah.
And if you want to invest in something, understand that product first. Don't just go with the trend that these days people are putting their money into Bitcoin or whatever financial instrument they're putting their money in, but you don't understand it. But if you're someone who likes makeup, you like makeup products, put your money in the cosmetics industry. Understand how that is working. If you are someone who's into retail, maybe put your money in the retail industry, for example. Yeah.
But how would you do that? I know we said in closing, but I want to finish this. So, like a way to invest it, where would one start? Like I want to put my money in, for an example, MAC cosmetics. Like where would I start? Like looking at MAC being a big company. Would it be through equity?
It can be any platform. I don't want to recommend a certain one because
there's plenty.
This is not a brand thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to motivate for a certain, product over the other. But find out what works for you. If Easy Equities is the one that works for you, you can use that. Even our normal banks, your ABSAs and FNBs, they have investment portfolios in place to say, I would like to put my money in this kind of portfolio. And you can do that.
Sure. Okay, I was going to ask where can we find those different platforms for investment, but you did mention that there's also banks are also doing that. So I think, guys, please take this advice because I know us like corporate people, we struggle with money. Like money comes in the month end, for an example. After 3 days, that money is gone. that money is gone. So I've been interviewing a lot of corporate people, and I used to think that everyone wants to own a business. And a lot of people were saying that, no, I am happy where I am. And it was not because of them lacking knowledge, but it was them looking at it as, I want to become a CEO of this industry that I'm at. And after that, when I retire, I'm going to go into I will consult, because people, after they retire, they also do consultation. And that's another thing that most people don't know about. So we often look at a way of making money is through a business. And I was having a discussion with, I don't remember who it was, but they were saying that there is no one who is in corporate who's a millionaire. That's not true, guys. People are making big bucks. They are millionaires. But we need to be open-minded when it comes to money and also like the relationship. I always say if you don't have a good relationship with, you spoke about a good relationship. If you can't look at your payslip, that's another video that I watched. If you can't look at your bank statement, that tells you how your relationship with money is.
Yeah, that's problematic.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming and sharing that knowledge.
Pleasure.
So please don't forget that money relationship starts with
you.
Yes, and also the strategy.
Oh, okay, the tiers.
The tiers.
Founder, builder, maintainers.
You had it. So please do make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and also share this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye bye. She has to catch the flight.